Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Yaps. The series where I just talk and play Minecraft because that's what I enjoy doing. So today we're going to be talking about my personal complaint, which is middle school drama, which sounds dumb, and that's because it is dumb. And I'm not talking about the drama itself, I'm talking about how stupid the drama is. Yeah, okay. Let me start out with, I'm not going to be naming names, but there was this girl in my school. Let's call her Tina. Okay, so Tina would always like to make everything into drama. Someone bumps into her, it was sexual assault, anything like that. She'd make everything into drama. And it was just such an issue. Like, every time I'd have a mild argument with her, she'd, like, take me out into the hallway during class and be like, we need to talk about this. And I really could have just been like, hey, dude, that's not chill. Okay. But, like, I never even really did anything wrong. And she would just cause issue after issue after issue. So, Tina was on the track team with me, right? And one day I was talking to some of my friends, and we were talking about organizing a hangout, and she comes over to me and she goes, hey, what you talking about? And I went, oh, nothing, it's just our business. And she goes, oh, okay, right? And then the next day I'm trying to go into computer science. We have a final due in 2 days, and it's a project-based final where we have to build an app. And I'm like, I need to get work done on my app. And she's like, can we go out in the hallway and talk? And I'm like, no, but class hasn't started yet. So I go outside with her real quick because it's just before class starts. And then she starts talking about it, and I'm like, well, it's really none of your business. I mean, she got, like, offended. And then I said, class is starting, I'm going inside. And I walked away, and I went into the classroom because I needed to work on my final. And she goes in, and she starts crying. Like, crying. Let me know if I'm in the wrong here. Because I don't think I am, but I mean, I don't know. She starts crying. And then she comes over to me and is like, we are going to the counseling center. I have a final due in 2 days that I fear needs a lot of work. And she goes, we are going to like the school counselor. And I'm like, and the teacher is behind her. And I just look at the teacher, I go, am I allowed to say no? And she goes, yeah, yes, of course. So I'm like, no, thank you. I'm going to stay here. And then she goes back to her desk, or her computer, because it's a computer science class, and she just starts, like, bawling her eyes out. And then she goes, to, like, the counseling center after that, and is just, like, crying, and, like, tries to start all this drama with me, and that's, I used to be, like, friends with her. I no longer talk to her, but this girl likes to start so much drama. And it was just incident after incident. This was just one of them. I mean, she would do stuff like this all the time. Exaggerate situation. I mean, she'd have so many stories that there's just no way all of them were actually happening. Like, there's just no statistical way all this stuff was happening. But, like, oh my god, she would drive me crazy. But that was just one person. But, like, middle school drama was like a whole, like, section of my life. Oh my gosh, I'm out of middle school now. But it was particularly this girl. But other people it would always be like, who do you like? Who do you ba 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 ba? I'm like, broski, if I like a girl, if I like her, I'm gonna ask her out with the flip. What's this weird culture we have going on where my friend is gonna tell your friend, like, we're in 5th grade, passing a note? Oh, speaking of notes, that's a fun story. This one doesn't have as much to do with drama, but I was in a health class, and the health class was really boring. So I wrote a love note to one of my guy friends. I'm not gay. I'd just like to preface that. This was just a joke towards him. And I wrote a love note, and I went, dear, let's call him Big B. I wrote, dear Big B, I love you. You're my everything. I really want to spend the rest of my life holding you in my arms every single night till the day we both crumble into dust. And I wrote this on a piece of paper, and I folded it up, and I started passing it back. And to my horror, the teacher walks over and confiscates the note, and I'm like fearing for my life, because what if he just takes it and tells the entire class what's inside of it? He doesn't even read it though. He just stops and he holds the note and he doesn't read it, and I'm like, thank goodness, because the worst part is I signed his name. His name was called Mr. C. I signed that letter Mr. C. I don't know what was going through my idiotic brain. That one's not drama, but that one's just a funny story that terrifies me to this day on what could have happened there. What other middle school drama I got? Oh yeah. This girl, the same girl. So we have the girl I've talked about that I like, right? Then we have this girl, Tina. Now, we are on a trip, right? And we are just hanging out in a McDonald's, right? Funny story in McDonald's. They gave us these cards for the trip, and this was the last day, and I had like 30, not like $40 loaded onto it, because I don't eat that much when I'm out places with my friends, because I just talk a lot. So I have all this money, so I just buy like 120 chicken nuggets. So I just had on, I ate 120 chicken nuggets. That has nothing to do with the story. Anyway, back to the story. But they were discussing pickup times, and this girl I liked said she had to go, and I was like, okay, bye. I mean, I wanted to hang out with you more, but okay, bye. And she leaves, and then this other girl I go over to her table because one of my guy friends is sitting there, like, and I'm really close with him, and I'm like, hey dude, I think you're supposed to be heading out, blah 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 blah. And he's like, no problem, dude. Thanks for letting me know. I thought I was supposed to do this. I'm going to go double check. Thank you, because he didn't want to be late. Now, this girl, Tina, is sitting there. And Tina looks up at me and is like, that's not right. And I was like, oh, I'm just letting him know, because the girl I was with was like, she had to go, and I just didn't want to be late. Then she was like, maybe she got real sassy and real aggressive and went, maybe she just left because she didn't want to be with you. And I was like, whoa, what the flip talk? I don't even know what I did. Why are we getting aggressive? But like, it's just stuff like that. Like, it's so stupid. Legitimately, I was just hanging out, and I went over to tell my friend, and she's like, maybe she just hates you. And I went outside and I was hanging out with that girl. I don't want to start drama, so I wasn't gonna tell her. I was like, I said screw it. I just kind of I thought it was funny. I told her, and she laughed too. We were like, what the flip? You act like that's gonna offend me. I know this girl. She didn't end up like wanting to date me. Was my friend. I was like, what the flip you mean? What was even the point of that insult? That was the most random thing that like ever could have happened, and it just weirded me out so much. I was like, what the flip even just happened? Anyway, but it was all this dumb drama stuff that I dealt with throughout middle school that I was like, what the flip? I don't even know what's going on. But yeah, that was like my middle school drama experiences. I guess that's really most of the stuff I have. If you want to hear more about the Washington DC video, check out the video on that. Alright guys, make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you very much.